Okay, this title was totally clickbait. Kind of. Did you know that guys can also have 오빠? Let me explain. So first we have the words 오빠, 언니 for girls, and then 형 and 누나 for guys. Now, you probably have learned these words before. 오빠 is the word for an older male friend for a girl, and 언니, an older female friend. Let me write that. Older female, older male. And then 형 is the word for an older male friend for a guy, and 누나 is the word for an older female friend for a guy. So, as it would seem, a guy should never really say 오빠 to an older guy. That's true, you don't. A guy will say 형 to an older male friend. However, there are still cases when guys will need to refer to someone as 오빠 or even 언니, and when a girl will have to refer to an older male as 형 or 누나. Before I continue, I should make this clear that this is never how you will directly communicate with someone. So if you meet somebody and you're a guy, you would never call them 오빠 or 언니 if they're older than you. And same with if you're a girl. You wouldn't call someone 형 or 누나 when you meet with them. Now there might be some people that are, switching things up and doing this, but it's not the norm. This is instead when you're talking about somebody. So let me explain here. If you're a guy and you're talking with your friend who just so happens to be a girl, right? So here you are, you're a guy, today you're a guy, if you're not, and you're talking with your friend who's a girl, and you're talking about her older male friend. You would refer to him while talking with her as 오빠, not as 형, despite the fact that you are a guy, because these terms are actually not related to your personal gender, but they're related to the person's gender who these people are in reference to, if that makes sense. So when you're talking with somebody directly, you're talking with an older male friend, he is, to you, your 형, because you're a guy. If you're a girl and you're talking with an older male friend, he is, to you, an 오빠. But to someone else, to your friend who's a girl, to her, he is her 오빠. If you're talking about him in relation to yourself, your friend, you would refer to him as 형, to you. But if you were to, in conversation, suddenly start talking about 오빠는 something, 오빠 did this, 오빠 said that, you would be referring to her older male friend. And the same would go the other way. So if a girl is talking to a guy about the guy's older female friend, the girl would refer to her while talking with the guy as 누나 and not as 언니. Make sense? So these terms are used depending on who they're in relation to. So here's an example. If a girl is talking to a boy and she were to ask him, 누나한테 말했어요. I said it to the older female friend. She would be here referring to his older male friend, older female friend. If, however, she were to say 언니한테 말했어요, then she would be referring to her own older female friend. And the same vice versa. If a guy were to say 형한테 말했어요, then the guy is referring to his older male friend. And if he were to say 오빠한테 말했어요, then he would be referring to a girl's older male friend or older brother. So I know this makes things a little bit more complicated, but think about the person in relation to who you're talking about, and it should be a little bit easier to understand. Thanks for watching. If you have your own comments or questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section. I will see you guys again next time. 그럼 다음에 또 봐.